Hello again, all master number 33s. This is your May reading for 2020. Welcome to my new lounge. I've shifted in the month of April, and also with the virus and everything that's happening in the world, my apologies for not doing the April readings, but I'm pretty sure nobody would have predicted what's happening in the world today, whether you're a tarot card reader or an astrologer or whatever. I think the only one that's come close so far that I've been watching is the Leo King, who did predictions back in 2019 and beyond about what was going to happen in the year 2020. Anyway, enough said about that. I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I'm actually going to shuffle the cards on camera. I'm using the Angel Tarot cards by Radleigh Valentine and Doreen Virtue for the readings. If I could get my tongue to go properly, but watch me for long enough. Yep, I always struggle doing that sometimes. So here goes. We're going to shuffle your cards. We're going to do a Celtic cross, by the way, as well. We have no extra cards, no extra messages from any other deck. So this is what it would be like if you were sitting across the table from me having a tarot card reading with me. So let's go. So what does Master number 33 need to know for the month of May 2020? What will most suit them? So when I split the deck, my team of guides and angels know I always pick the centre cards, so those will be the cards for your reading. So we'll place them out. Like I said, we're going to be doing a Celtic cross, and right off the bat you've got two major arcana cards. The Empress and the Chariot. We have another two major arcana cards, the Oiled and the Magician. I'm also going to be using the card at the bottom of the deck, and we have another major arcana card by the looks of that, and I'm also going to use clarifying cards. So we'll read the one at the bottom of the deck first. So this card here is called Release, and it's a number 13 with Archangel Azrael, and it says the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. So that's that card there. There's no glare on it. Yes, release. We're all having to do a lot of releasing at the moment. Things aren't ever going to be the same in the world again, or even in your own bubble. So there needs to be a little bit of work done on how we've done things in the past, because everything's going to change, I feel. Nothing is really going to be like it was in the past. There's people losing jobs, all sorts of situations sort of coming up. People are having to find new work. Coming up with reinventing themselves as well. So this is all about the card about a release. This is reinventing yourself. This is especially if you've been in lockdown, like the majority of us have been. We've all been cleaning out cupboards, drawers, the whole house, rearranging, cleaning sheds, cleaning cars. We've been doing anything just to sort of keep our sanity and give ourselves something to do while we've got this time in lockdown, basically. So we'll see where that card comes into it. We're going to jump straight into your two middle cards here. And your first one is the Empress card, which is number 3, and it's with Archangel Gabriel. And it says, lavish abundance, giving birth to your dreams, nurture yourself and others. And it's been crossed by the Chariot card here, which basically says, an important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. So that's what you're being crossed with, and it's also a number 7. 7 is a very introspective card, and especially in this deck, these cards are a little bit different to the normal tarot. I actually quite like how Radleigh Valentine and his cohort basically made up these cards, because they're a little bit different, that generally the release card is generally the death card in the normal traditional tarot. So they call it release, and that's exactly basically when you have a death, you release, don't you? And I don't mean death as in loss of life. It's the end of a situation, and basically, when, what was the card saying here? Giving birth to new dreams. So generally, when you're giving birth to new dreams, you've released something out of your life, you've cleared away something to make room for something else to come in. So that's pretty good, you know, those two cards. With the Chariot, as I always say, it's you steering the chariot in the direction now that you want to go. But this is a little bit of a challenge here as well. So as a challenge, and especially in this card, it says self-discipline and willpower. So that might be your challenge coming up in May. We're all been in a sort of a little bit of a la-la land, if you like, being in lockdown. You know, we're getting up late, we're not doing our same routine. Some people are, some people aren't. But even myself, I've been a bit lazier than I normally would have, because we've all been in lockdown. We're all doing our bits and pieces in the house. It's not just one person having to do it while the rest of them go out to work, sort of type thing. So, you know, we're eating at odd hours and that sort of type thing. The card beneath you is the King of Air, and it says brilliant, impartial, professional, and diplomatic. Speak your mind with confidence, seek out professional advice, balance mental and emotional considerations. Oops, if I can hang on to the card. So that's that card there. So it's basically saying, you know, you've got to speak your mind with confidence, seek out professional advice as well. So whatever this giving birth to your dreams is, with the Empress card here, maybe you might need a little bit of advice with it. Balance mental and emotional considerations. There's a lot of that going on at the moment. And especially when you're releasing things, you can feel a little bit out of balance. So your past card here, because I want to jump to this card here, and it could explain the out of balance, is the Nine of Air, which is the Nine of Swords. Expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, sleepless nights. Generally with this card here for the Nine of Swords or the Nine of Air, it's what I call my insomniacs card. This is having sleepless nights, worrying about things, all that sort of type thing. So that's what you're coming out of. And basically, we all have, you know, we've all had that sort of fear thing at the moment. If you've watched the news or whatever, or you're taking note of what is actually happening in the world, there is a lot to be concerned about at the moment. But this card here is saying that your fears are in the past, that you've released them. Okay, you've dealt with them, you've dealt with your fears. So hopefully, we can see the next card too, which is a really good card. We'll leave this card in the past. There's no more sleepless nights, being the insomniac and worrying about things. Expecting the worst and self-fulfilling prophecies. So don't make it a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you've got some pretty high cards here. You've got some over here, which we'll get to. This one here is a very good card. That's why I wanted to jump to it next. Well, it is actually the next card, but this is at the top of your reading. And this is the Six of Fire, or the Six of Wands in the traditional tarot. It says victory, good news is on its way, public recognition and awards. And I think it was this card here, the Chariot, that also said public recognition. So there's two cards here saying the same thing about public recognition. So whatever you're bringing into, whatever dream you're bringing to birth or into the world, it's going to give you public recognition. You've just basically got to stand up and believe in yourself, and bring it out to the world. This could be a completely new thing. A lot of the readings that I've done for May, is quite a few of them are about, you know, studying online, doing online courses, all that sort of type thing. There's an awful lot of information out there, and people are only too willing at the moment to help people. They've reduced their prices, they're doing free courses, free webinars, there's a whole heap of things, but you might just pick up a little bit of advice by doing that sort of thing as well. Maybe you're thinking about doing something like that, doing a webinar or putting a course together yourself, and now's the time to bring it out and into the world, because we need leaders out there now, not people who are just hoping that everything's going to go back to normal, because I don't ever think it will be normal. But anyway, you've got the victory card, so that's a really good omen, especially with the chariot. Where are you steering your chariot now? Your future card here is the Four of Fire, and this card has been coming up in the readings as well. This is the Four of Wands in the normal traditional tarot. So your future card is looking pretty rosy. It says contentment, peace and abundance, a happy home life, a successful completion of a project. And so this might be where the release card is also coming in. You're finishing up this project so you can bring it out into the world, or trying to see where that was one card that said something. It's this one. Giving birth to your dreams, an important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. You've got the victory card up there, but your home and family life here also is like a happy home life, a successful completion of a project. So that might even come into, getting the place, your house, your bubble, whatever you want to call it, all cleaned up sort of type thing, so then you can get your teeth stuck into something else. We've all sorted out our homes and lots of things basically, because we've had this lockdown time. This could even be, your emotional well-being, family emotional well-being. There's quite a few factors in there. Your environments card here is the Wheel of Fortune, and it's number 10. It's also, with the Wheel of Fortune, it's the end of a cycle. So this being in your environment, and you get the release card, you also get this as a personal card, the Magician. So you've got basically anything and everything the universe wants to give you, or you want to ask for, that you can materialize basically into the physical with the Magician card. I'm going to read what it says on the Wheel of Fortune though. It says, a time of positive change, a situation suddenly moves forward, fortune is on your side. And with all these cards here, you've got some of the best major arcana cards basically in the pack, especially with the Magician card here, which reads, you are ready, you have the resources or ability to manifest them, life is magical. So those are two pretty good cards. Now this is your environments card, and this is you yourself in this position over here. This is you yourself. You yourself have the ability to manifest whatever it is you want in life now. So, and you're basically, with those two cards there, you're releasing the past, and you're also ending the cycle out to bring in this contentment, peace and abundance, a happy home life, a successful completion of projects. This is successful completion of projects as well. It's the end of those cycles. You then have the Nine of Water, which is the wish card. Now this is in your hopes and fears. You've got a pretty good reading here, guys. It says your wishes come true, concerns fade away, a love of life. So, your future card and your hopes and fears are on the same page. So I think, this past card here, where you're being a bit of a worrywart, self-fulfilling prophecies, all these sorts of things, I think you've left that in the past considerably. So, yep, the wish card, guys. There's 2 or 3 signs that have got the wish card here. But you've got a successful completion of whatever this project is, or this cycle in life. Your wishes come true, concerns fade away, a love of life. So those are your concerns basically fading away. So you've dealt with them. Your final outcome card here is the Two of Earth, or the Two of Pentacles. Excuse me. It says too much going on at once and need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. So the Two of Pentacles is usually a person, a jester if you like, or a clown sort of type thing, juggling two balls and keeping those two balls in the air and not letting them fall sort of type thing. That's why they say, you've got a lot to do. You might be juggling a lot of situations basically at the end of May. So we're going to pull some clarifying cards anyway. So let's get on to that. So can we have a clarifying card on the Two of Youth? The clarifying card is the Six of Air, and it says things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. At the moment, I don't think it's taking a trip because, as you know, a lot of places, the borders are closed, we're in lockdown. This might be short distance travel then. So, as it says here, things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, but they're still not telling us a great deal. So we'll keep going with the clarifying cards, please. What's the Six of Air about, please? And then you get the Knight of Water, and it says emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, contemplative. It says falling in love, a wedding proposal, a need to balance emotions, an invite to a social event. So the Knight of Water is the Knight of Cups, basically. This can actually be meeting a soulmate as well. Knight of Cups is usually the seeker after that soul connection, basically. He can go through, or she can go through, a lot of fair maidens, a lot of fair men, to find that one in life, that soulmate or that connection. So maybe this is on your horizon in after May here, or at the end of May sort of type thing. You might meet somebody new. Or you might have rekindled the relationship that you're already in through the lockdown. I know there are some people that struggle to be with their partners for 24/7, but maybe that's brought you closer. So we're going to go one more, please, for an overall for the whole spread. What else do we need to know? And there's a card there that Natalie wanted to come out. That one there. And you also get the Ace of Fire. It says an exciting new opportunity, career advancement, change your life now. And that's the Ace of Wands in the more traditional deck. So we might leave the reading there. So with this one here, there's also another new beginning. Now it could be job-wise, generally with wands, it's the fire suit. So it's usually to do with your financial, career life, all that sort of type thing. So maybe that is also in the mix, or this could be May, June even, that this comes in. So you've got basically ends of cycles, you're released. Yeah, this could be where your Chariot card comes in here too, because you're steering it in the right direction to get you these new opportunities. That's a pretty good reading, guys. You've got the Wish card, the Magician. What more can I say? I don't think you guys will be one of the ones taking my offer up on half-price readings, because that's a really good reading. Let me know in the comments below how you sort of perceive this reading. So I think it's all good. So I'm going to leave it there. Like I said, all the information will be in the boxes below if you need a personal reading with me, and they are half price at the moment. So even if you have a loved one that would like a reading, give the info on, pass the info on. So I'm going to leave it at that. Love and light, guys, and I wish you well for the month of May.